bestowed upon me. Speaker, sir, the address of the Honorable President of India to the joint session of Parliament has been a remarkable one. It is the first in the new quarter of the 21st century, setting the stage for the next 25 years of our nation journey. A crucial quarter century when an aspirational nation surges ahead towards development, a Vikasit Bharat. A decisive quarter centuries when an ambitious...
एक सेकंड, माननीय सदस्य, सभी माननीय सदस्यों से आग्रह करता हूं कि वह अपने अपने आसन पर विराजें, बातचीत न करें।
Respected Speaker, sir, a decisive quarter century when an ambitious nation races ahead towards self-reliance and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Speaker, sir, it is noteworthy to mention certain important facts regarding the recent President's speech. It was delivered by the first ever President of India belonging to the Adivasi community. It was delivered by the second ever Mahila President of our nation. Most importantly, it was delivered by the youngest Indian to become the President of a nation with the largest youth population in the world. These are not a string of happy coincidences. These are the manifestation of a great nation on the move towards regaining its past glory, our ancient virasat. These are the deliberate and decisive strategy of the largest democracy of the world on its journey towards a fair, equitable, and free society. The President's address was all-inclusive and provided an inspiring vision for the future of our nation. It showcased our government vision for social justice, inclusive growth, and its firm commitment towards building a Vikasit Bharat. As a member of the tribal community from the northeastern state of Assam, I feel extremely proud about the inclusive and equitable opportunity of growth and development granted by this government to each and every member of our society, whether they be Dalit, Adivasi, Garib, Mahila, Yuva, or Annadata. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas is not merely a slogan, but a guiding principle put to practice every moment by this government. Honorable Speaker, sir, the idea of our nation as a strong, self-reliant, developed nation is taking shape and decisively. Few centuries ago, India had drifted far from its golden era. Foreign invasion, plunders, exploitative colonial policies had left the country suffering with poverty and hunger. Sahitya Samrat Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay invoked the vision of a prosperous India, driven by his belief that no matter how great the challenges, India could revive its golden age. And thus he gave the clarion call, Vande Mataram. This is the essence of Vande Mataram, Ma Bharati, the eternal idea of India. This century would be known as Ma Bharati's centuries of inclusion. This century would be known as Ma Bharati's century of equitable justice. This century would be known as Ma Bharati's centuries of Vikas. This century would be known as Ma Bharati's century of Atmanirbharta. Honorable Speaker, sir, the Honorable President address to the Parliament is not merely a recounting of governmental achievement. It is a powerful narrative of a resurgent civilization marching confidently towards its destiny. Under the leadership of visionary Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. To understand this address, one must understand context. Before 2014, during Congress-led government, India suffered from policy paralysis, corruption-driven governance, delayed project, disconnected region, and worst of all, low national self-confidence. After 2014, under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, India shows decisive leadership. Since 2014, India has embarked upon a journey of rapid growth and all-round progress with particular emphasis on Baba Saheb Ambedkar's ideal of equality and social justice. A new way of good governance has swept the nation since 2014. Clarity and decisiveness are the hallmark of governance today. The soaring vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji have placed the nation at an inflection point for speedy development and prosperity. Policies once considered impossible are now changing the socio-economic landscape of our nation. From being a part of the fragile 5 economies of the world in 2014, we have today, in 11 years of rapid growth, become the 4th largest economy of the world. Modi hai to mumkin hai. Honorable Speaker Sir, today India is the 4th largest economy in the world. This did not happen by chance. It happens because of politically strong will, economic clarity. We are now confidently marching towards Viksit Bharat. India remains the fastest growing major economy despite global crises like pandemic, conflict and supply chain disruption. The address highlighted historic tax reform, the exemption of income tax up to 12 lakhs, and next generation GST reform, which have saved citizens 1 lakh crore. Inflation, which used to about 9% and one stage even crossed double digit during the UPA regime, fell to a remarkable 4.6% in the fiscal year of 2024-25. Earlier government used crisis as excuses. This government used crisis as a catalyst. Honorable Speaker, sir, Digital India is not about apps. It is about empowerment. Speaker, sir, 44 lakhs crore transferred directly through DBT and 25 crores people lifted out of multidimensional poverty, and nearly half of the global digital transaction happening in India, and UPI becoming a global benchmark. Earlier, file moved slowly, money leaked fast. Now, under NDA regime, file moved digitally, money reaches beneficiary directly. Honorable Speaker, sir, social justice for this government is not about slogan. It is about dignity, delivery, and direct access. For employment and development in rural area, a law named Viksit Bharat GRAM-G has been enacted. This new law will ensure 125 days of